Amazing morning to you. You're welcome back to ObiDatti Family Television. My name is King Kamsi, and this is ObiDatti Updates. You know I don't do this alone. I do this with the most beautiful and delectable Joy. Joy, how are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning. And I just want to add that your smile brings joy to my life.
Thank
Want to
you.
get really informal. We are on the ObiDatti Updates this morning, and before we get down to what the campaign train has been like and how it's been happening, because you know there's been a lot of hula baloo, or can I say a lot of balabloo happening. Before we get directly into that, I told you when we get back we're going to be speaking with the state coordinator for Lumazio for ObiDatti, engineer Kissinger Okoye, and he is right here with us in the studio. Good morning, engineer Kissinger. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
And it's amazing having you here in the studio. And I can see you're very obedient, even with the t-shirt you're putting on. It shows
everybody is obedient.
Yes, definitely. Everybody is. And even those who haven't recognized it here, everybody wants a better Nigeria. And as long as you want a better Nigeria, you are obedient. So let's speak about Lumazio for Peter ObiDatti. Give us a wide, a wide definition of what it's all about and what Lumazio for Peter ObiDatti does to support the campaign.
Okay. First of all, Lumazio is an international aid organization recognized by UNN. Okay. And Lumazio works hand in hand with UNN to offer aid to countries in Africa and the world at large. And Lumazio is in about 100 countries. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi declared for presidency, we felt there is need, for us to be part of the movement, because what he is preaching about is actually what Lumazio is all about. Mm. He's preaching about compassion, love for citizens and all those things. And the wonderful thing about Lumazio is that because of our reach and because of our partners, where we have, ready fund available for us to take off. We didn't actually have to look for anybody to sponsor our activities, because already we have the structure on ground. Mm. Now, in coming down to Nigeria, Lumazio for Peter ObiDatti, was formed specifically for grassroots sensitization. Mm. And we have active representation in 17 states in Nigeria, Anambra State being one of them. And I'm the state coordinator for Anambra State. Okay, so coming to what Lumazio has been doing for His Excellency and for New Nigeria, as I told you earlier, Lumazio is all about grassroots. And that's where we've, concerned ourselves. But before I go further, let me quickly say that our convener, the convener for Lumazio for Peter ObiDatti, is the owner of the Lumazio International Agency, Dr. Adeyinka Adetokunbo Azubike. Okay, so she convened Lumazio for Peter ObiDatti and brought us on board. Okay. So we've been actively involved in the grassroots. We've had a program we call Grassroots Evangelism for Peter Obi. Okay. That has been on since September. Okay. And it takes us, to churches, markets, and motor parks where we do sensitization, basically on teaching the aged, because that's where we have problem. Exactly. Because our study showed that you have more voters, but these market women especially, they form the bulk of the voters. Except now that youths have, gotten involved because of His Excellency. But before now, it was the women. Those women in the hinterland market. So we have concentrated on them, teaching them how to vote and how to recognize the Labour Party logo. We'll talk to them about the Mama, Papa, Pekin, so that it will sink into their memory. And when we go out, we do go out with souvenirs, something that we can give them to keep refreshing their memory about that Mama Papa Pikin logo, and we have aprons that we give out. We have stickers, both for phone and door sticker, and we printed posters
as well. Okay, just quickly, I want to ask, what has the process been like? A grassroots mobilization, you know. I was speaking with someone yesterday who is also a grassroots mobilizer, and one of the challenges that was spelled out is that a lot of people still find it hard to understand that the Labour Party is now the party that houses the presidential candidate they love so much, which is Mr. Peter Obi. Do you face challenges like that? If yes or no, which other challenges are faced?
That's a major challenge.
Okay.
You know, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi is a household name in Nigeria now, but unfortunately, Labour Party is not. Okay. And they are not to be blamed, because before now, they've never really been in the mainstream of Nigerian politics. They were just there as a political party, but they've never been involved in a major political activity like this. So that's a major challenge, but I can tell you that as of today, that challenge is still there, but not as much as it used to be. It's gradually being surmounted. And I believe that if we go out, because we are moving out again from Saturday, this coming Saturday, we are moving out again now. We are starting our door-to-door canvassing. And this problem is part of, you know, the issues we want to tackle head-on before the election.
I would love to ask, you know, a sample location. What locations is your mobilization concentrated on? Is it a particular local government? Is it a particular, you know, ward? What areas are Lumazo or Lupord, you know, for short, trying to capture? And also, what is the acceptance in those areas like?
Okay, so what we've done in Lupord is to identify all the wards and polling units. Okay. Like, we have coordinators in all the local governments. That's why I came with my Oka South coordinator, but unfortunately, he's not here in the studio with us. So what we are doing in Lupord right now is that we have created a kind of zones for canvassers. For now we have 5 canvassers per polling unit, and we have shared the polling units. Like in Oka South now, the polling units in Oka South have been shared amongst our coordinators, local polling unit coordinators. So you don't need to, you know, so that you can concentrate on your own polling units assigned to you. And the reason being that we want to cover ground at the same time. Now, if I'm assigned to polling unit, okay, like in my ward where I vote now, I vote in Ward 9. Okay. Okay. Now, all the police units in Ward 9 was assigned to me. So I'm focusing on Ward 9. I don't need to bother myself on Ward 1, Ward 2. People are assigned polling units based on the ward they vote.
So Lupord has every ward in Anambra State covered?
Covered. On Saturday, we'll start, you'll start seeing the videos. We are moving out fully on Saturday. Okay. And we'll continue till the eve of the election.
And besides Anambra State, is it just, you know, located in Anambra State? Because you mentioned the name of the convener, and it sounds like a Westerner's name. So do you have other locations in the West?
Yes, we have in the West, we have in the North.
Oh.
Yeah. We have...
states, could you give us names of those states?
I know we have in Lagos. Okay. We have in... okay, just hold on. Let me get the information out. Okay. And we have diaspora members. So it's not even only in Nigeria. That's the beauty of what we are trying to do in... okay. Lupord. So that... Okay, we have Kogi, we have Edo, Delta, and the North Central, we have Plateau State, we have Ekiti, Ogun, Adamawa, FCT, Kaduna, Osun, Bauchi, Ondo, Kano, Benue, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Oyo State, Niger State, Enugu State, Nasarawa, and Okay, that's about it. I told you before, it's about 17 states in
17
Nigeria
states.
fully covered by Lupot.
And having 17 out of the 36 or plus the FCC, that's 37, it's actually a very good stride from the loophole. And I want to, pass the words of our principal, Mr. P2B. I know if he was here, the first thing he would say to you is thank you to you and your team. But I also like to know, what are the struggles that you're facing as a support group, or better still, I want to say as a foundation that is trying to push out this good message, this goodwill message to every Nigerian? Well,
the only challenge is funding. Okay. But we are doing it. We are not asking for fund from anybody, but it has been a serious thing. That's why some time ago we had our fundraising, where we invited some well-meaning Nigerians, and they did contribute to what we're doing. So I would say that funding is particularly the only challenge, because the message everybody needs, everybody wants it. There's massive acceptance of the message. There's no problem as per the message, because everybody now is tired of this old order and want that new Nigeria to come. And the only person that can bring Nigeria now is His Excellency, Mr. P2B. So the message is being well received.
Okay, thank you so much. Just as you have mentioned, that there are lots and lots of people who have made it a point of duty and put it on themselves to go out of their way and send messages to every other Nigerian out there who needs to understand that Mr. P2B is here to give goodwill message, a message of hope to people, and translates that message to actual votes on the day of the election. I want to say a big thank you to Engineer Kissinger Okoye, the State Coordinator for Lumazio, for Peter ObiDatti. Thank you so much. Just like you've mentioned that the challenge that you and your team are having funding, I pray that your pockets do not run dry.
Yeah,
and
it's not going to run dry.
Yeah, whatever has been spent, we'll get back in terms of fold. And just like I said, our principal definitely is going to watch this, and he's grateful, really grateful to every support group. And he's the one who's pushing this movement and telling us to speak to people like yourself, well-meaning Nigerians who have put it on themselves to create wonderful support groups and push forward his ambition to becoming the president. A better Nigeria is going to be in favor of all, and not just a few.
Exactly.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much. It's still ObiDatti updates. When we get back, we'll be giving you updates on what is happening on the campaign train, how it's been. Yesterday we were in Gombe State. I can't wait to show you videos from Gombe State. It was amazing. And trust me when I say P2B is taking over. Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed is taking over. Labour Party is taking over. And most importantly, Nigerians are taking over. Thank you. We'll be right back.
You verify that the BVAS has 0 figure for accreditation. Next, after accreditation and voting, remain at the polling unit to watch the process until ballot papers are counted. Closely monitor the ballot counting process and ensure the results are recorded on the original form, and it's the form EC8A for the polling unit. Then you need to ensure the INEC official takes a photo of the authentic results for that polling unit using the BVAS only. Only the BVAS should be used to take image of the result sheet. Now, once the photo of the result sheet is taken, closely watch to ensure the INEC official uploads the results on the INEC election results viewing portal using the BVAS. Now, where there is no network to transmit the results at the polling unit, we encourage you to accompany the INEC official with the BVAS to any location with network and verify the result is transmitted electronically. Lastly, you request that the INEC official post the polling unit's results at the polling unit using the form EC60E. Every polling official is required to post the results of that polling unit at the polling unit. If possible, after all this, you can accompany the INEC officials and the electoral materials to the ward Collation Center to monitor the ward level collation of results within your particular ward. And please feel free to take pictures and videos of activities at the polling units because the law provides that you can, whether party agents take video recordings of political activities. And we encourage you can share these videos and pictures on social media and tag INEC Nigeria, tag YAGA on Twitter or on Facebook or Instagram, or use the hashtag Nigeria Decides 2023 or the hashtag Watching the Vote.
Hello guys, welcome back to ObiDatti updates on ObiDatti Family TV. Me, I remain Joy Jemide Origomisa, and with me is Kamsi.
King Kamsi, that's my name. That was a very insightful conversation with engineer Kissinger Okoye. He stated a whole lot, and we know that there are a lot of Nigerians out there, just like engineer Kissinger and his team, Delomazio, for Peter ObiDatti out there, who are doing so much for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, and we want to hear from you. All you need to do is to contact us, reach out to us on all of our social media platforms. We also have a WhatsApp number that will show on the screen from time to time, and you could just reach out to us on our WhatsApp number and let us know what you're doing, and we could invite you here to come and speak with us, and also motivate every other Nigerian who is out there speaking to people. And voila, our principal is going to hear it from us. Okay, so quickly, we want to run you through some of the things that are happening on the campaign train. It's been an amazing ride on the campaign train out here with Mr. Peter Obi, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, and the Labour Party national officials. It's been amazing. Yesterday, the presidential candidates alongside his running mate were in Gombe State. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Come on. Joy, did you see the multitude?
It was amazing. It was amazing. Well, I wasn't surprised because we've seen that happen before. Where definitely, I was expecting a crowd. I was expecting a mammoth crowd like that. It's Peter Obi. What were you expecting? It's Datti. What were you expecting? We're all clamoring for Peter Obi. We're all praying to have him. And now we see all the good things he's been doing and everything. So
day by day, we keep hearing stories of how Mr. Peter Obi is not popular in the north.
That's not true.
And every single time he steps out to any state in the north, he proves those stories as just fallacious and stories from mischief makers. Because every single time there is a multitude trying to take pictures, trying to hold him, trying to promise him, trying to give him the encouragement that he needs. And it's very nice and wonderful. See, that is coming from Nigerians that are not paid, Nigerians that are not induced by monetary gifts and all of that. These are Nigerians who are going out of their way, we've never seen this happen in the political climb of this nation before. This is different. This is the first. This is very straight to the point, and this is most of all a champion level kind of achievement.
Exactly.
Seeing that he's going from state to state and all of this is happening, and it's 29 days to the election. 29 days to the election, and people are still enthusiastic about every single thing about Mr. Peter Obi and his running mate Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. It's just a whole lot to take in.
Exactly.
A whole lot to take in, because when all of this started, it was all a story of the usual thing with the youths. They start up very enthusiastic,
social media show up thing and the rest.
And at the end of the day, they're tired of it. But the enthusiasm is growing every single day. The word is spreading like wildfire. Lots and lots of people are trying to understand. And I have to put it, say a very big thank you to every single Nigerian out there who is taking this good work, who's taking this good message to the people and making sure that every single Nigerian is hearing about Mr. Peter Obi and the quality of things that he wants to do for Nigerians.
Yeah, that's true. And then again, we saw a rumor, rumor saying that Peter Obi is still working with the PDP. How about that, Mr. Kamsi?
We've seen claims and claims that every party is trying to ride on the positive clout that Mr. Peter Obi have created in different parts of Nigeria. Every party is trying to ride on that so they could get people to thumbprint on the path of their party. And it's quite a shame that when you have nothing, no ideology to speak about again, you've lost the nutrients and you've lost the way and the image in your heads of how to get the voters. Yes, no strategy. And the same structure that they claim they had is now a structure that has been dismantled, a structure of criminality, a structure of stealing and claiming what is not to be yours, a structure of false clout, a structure that could keep going on and on, that is just fallacious. And right now we've seen lots of people, not even just the party you mentioned. There's been other opposition parties who have been trying to ride on the fact that the presidential candidate of the LP of the Labour Party is their presidential candidate, so they could get people and his supporters in different parts of Nigeria to vote for them. But everybody knows that right now that all of those are just stories from a town hall. It's it's very falsified stories. So right now we're seeing a lot of them claiming that Mr. Peter Obi is part of their party, but I'm sure every obedient out there and every well-meaning Nigeria understands that Mr. Peter Obi is the candidate of the LP. We also seen his campaign chief strategist, that's Valentine Ozigbo, come out to debunk those claims, and not just Valentine Ozigbo. We're also seeing other wonderful people on the Presidential Campaign Council come out from time to time to debunk those claims. And definitely we hope that lots and lots of Nigerians who are out there, especially those who are in areas that might not get full details of stories that make the headlines. I pray the news gets to them. Obviously it's getting to them, that he's part of the LP, but I pray more and more people, because there are people who learn on repetitive notes. There are people who learn with repetition. You have to keep repeating to them,
keep teaching them. Exactly.
So I want to use this moment to encourage every obedient out there who is doing that good work, who is going from place to place, from people to people, making them understand that, hey, Mr. Peter Obi is part of the Labour Party, and on that day you have to vote on the box, rather, on the ballot paper that is allotted to LP. That's Labour Party.
Exactly.
And we keep seeing people raise the flags. I've seen a lot of people have made it a point of duty to hang the flags in their car, And I saw a particular, man, that was 2 days ago, who was driving a Highland and had like 3 different Labour Party flags hanging on his dashboard.
And I'm sure it wasn't paid for it.
Yeah, it wasn't paid for it.
I'm definitely sure it wasn't paid for it. And it's not a show-off.
These are people enthusiastic about a new Nigeria. People who go out of their way, who purchase that flag with their own money.
Exactly.
And to hang it on their vehicle and spread the word to every nook and cranny of the nation.
Exactly.
I also want to, look at a story where the Afenifere youths promised Mr. Peter Obi 5 million votes. Do you think that is possible? Let me start on that note.
It's possible.
Very possible.
Very possible.
Yes, a new Nigeria is possible. Yes, and a new Nigeria is a place where you see lots and lots of people, make promises that they can keep. And the entire obedient movement at this time is saying thank you to the Afenifere youths who have endorsed the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. A lot of times they've come out to reassure him of their commitment to the obedience movement and making sure that he is the next president of the country. And right now they've come out again to say emphatically that 5 million votes is going to come from the Afenifere youths. The Afenifere youths is made up of youths from different parts of the southwestern geopolitical zone, which is made up of the Yoruba states. That's Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Osun, Ondo, Ekiti, and the likes of every other state out there in the southwest. And they've come out to assure Mr. Peter Obi that nothing less than 5 million votes are going to be coming out from their camps. And if the Afenifere youths give 5 million votes and every other geopolitical zone in Nigeria maintains that same energy and gives 5 million votes, we are on a short streak.
Exactly.
To victory.
We're definitely going to have a valid election, credible election at the end.
A very credible election at the end, and then we're looking forward to that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's you ObiDatti update right here on ObiDatti Family Television. I'm King Kamsi, and Joy is right here, and we're dissecting stories that are emanating from the ObiDatti campaign trail, where and when and how and whys and all of that, details in between. We want to go on a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be taking some of the final stories emanating from the ObiDatti campaign trail. Don't go nowhere. Keep it locked right here on the ObiDatti Family Television. We love you. God loves you more.
Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour say, Mama Papa na Labour Party, Mama Papa na Mama Papa na Labour Party, Mama Papa na Labour Party.
Mr. Peter Obi's administration built from scratch Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital with 25 building structures. His government funded transformation of massive infrastructural development, accreditation of 12 health institutions and 2 hospitals, and also built 10 maternal and childcare centers across the state. He is the first governor to purchase medical equipment worth over 135 million naira and 50 ambulances for the health sector in Anambra State, which remain functional till today. He built and equipped Dr. Jonwilo Heart Center in St. Joseph Hospital, Adazinnuku, where heart operations are performed. Anambra State is the first state in Nigeria to distribute more than 30,000 computers to secondary schools. Mr. Peter Obi distributed about 700 buses to secondary schools in Anambra State and built 200 primary school blocks. He donated the sum of 300 million naira to Anglican churches and 440 million naira to Roman Catholic churches to rehabilitate their missionary schools. During his tenure, he gave 1 million naira each to more than 160 first-class graduates. To promote the reading culture in the state, he went ahead to build a well-equipped library known as Prof. Kennedy Dike Library, Oka. He also rehabilitated the divisional library in Onitsha and gave 500,000 naira to each secondary school in the state to provide library materials. This boosted the student performance from the 26th position in Nigeria to the 1st position. The security improvement was exceptional as he provided security vehicles to 177 communities in the state. He cleared pension and gratuity owed since 1990 to the tune of about 37 billion naira and also paid monthly stipends to the elderly in the state. Mr. Peter Obi built the first secretariat complex in Anambra State to house the various Anambra State government ministries that were scattered all over the state. His good governance attracted the second largest brewery in the world, known as Sab Miller, to build their first greenfield facility in the state. He was recognized by the Millennium Development Goals (MDG) as the best governor in the implementation of their programs in Nigeria. Peter Obi constructed 2 bridges across the popular Agulu Lake in Anyocha local government area of Anambra State at the cost of 2 billion.
Hello guys, welcome back to the ObiDatti Family TV. I remain Joy Jimmy Misa, and with me is King Kamsi. Yeah. Welcome back, King Kamsi. And well, again, we saw an update concerning Peter Obi, an update of a man, a strong man from the APC group, APC team, campaigning, soliciting for Peter Obi. He said that he's going to support Peter Obi because of the track record of achievement Peter Obi is coming up with.
You know, this is not the first time we've seen people who don't want to defect from their parties move towards the obedient movement. You know, we've seen it countless and countless of times, and they even got to a point where we saw a group come out and say that they are the PDP members for Peter Obi. You know, I saw that, and you know, a lot of people, it didn't sit well with a lot of people because, you know, they stated emphatically that it might confuse voters who end up thinking, just what we spoke about before the break, who end up thinking that Mr. Peter Obi belongs to a particular party. So everybody stated rightly that you could campaign, but when you're campaigning, make sure you leave the name of your parties out of it.
Exactly.
A lot of people want a better Nigeria, but at the same time, they want to remain party faithfuls. So they want a better Nigeria, but they know the only way they can achieve a better Nigeria is by voting for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, even while still being or staying in their parties without having to defect because of some of the electoral laws that we have in place right now, because some of them could defect and positions could be taken away from them and all of that.
Exactly.
But still, a better Nigeria is what everybody needs, and hence the reason why we see people like that come out from their shell to come and vote Mr. Peter Obi, even though they are on opposing sides of the divide. And also we have a story of our presidential candidate speaking to one of his opponents by name Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has been taking a lot of trips to Abeokuta, where a former elder statesman, or an elder statesman, former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo Aremu Okikiola, lives, and he's been going there a couple of times in secret. Rumors have it that he's been there to beg the former president or ex-president, whichever stays better, to re-endorse, and put his name, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ahead for Nigerians to vote for him. But it's been a very funny.
It's very funny. How is that possible?
Because I saw stories from his presidential campaign council when the initial endorsement by President Olusegun Obasanjo was out, and a lot of them came out to say that Olusegun Obasanjo has lost political relevance, and his endorsements wouldn't even give meaning, to the election and wouldn't affect the election anyway. But why would
Why is he running back?
Why is he running back?
Why?
After coming out to the public to claim that there's no political relevance of such endorsement, well, you still coming back to come and beg for that same endorsement that you claim that doesn't have any political,
The same way they claim that the Labour Party does not have structure, but to the end, then it's not noticed by every Nigeria that they do not have structure, not the Labour Party.
That's it. So you see, it just seems like every claim that comes from them is always false.
Exactly.
Yes, and that was sometime at the beginning of the year. That was exactly on New Year Day where Tinubu came out and even shaded the ex-president, saying directly to him that his endorsement of Peter Obi is worthless, and he claimed that the president, the ex-president rather, was one of the problems that he faced while he was a governor, and he was one of the people who destroyed Nigeria, and is one of the people who even started democracy. And he said lots and lots of things, but it's only very shameful to find him going back to his vomit in a proverbial context, going back to what he has spat out from his mouth. Okay, but moving away from that story, I want to go straight to something that, a story that might permit me to change my mood a bit, because it's not something that we are happy about. We saw the news of the death of the PDP gubernatorial candidate in Abia State. We had Mr. Peter Obi commiserate with his family, and he said a lot of things about the late Ikonne. Knowing that our presidential candidate is a very empathetic and sympathetic individual, he sent his message of condolence to the family, and it's quite sad seeing at this time during a crucial time like this when he has the ticket to run for the governorship seat of a party, and even before the actual election, we're hearing the news of his death. It's a very sad story, and we're saying heart goes out to the family, and we hope that the good Lord grants them the fortitude to bear this very great, irreparable loss.
Amen.
Okay, so moving away from that story, we want to quickly take a quick stop at the quarters of the opposition party. It seems like there's a very not so good story emanating from the opposition party, the APC, the current ruling party, saying that the presidential candidate has thrown some shades at the current administration. And it seems like we're going to be hearing more and more details of that on the flip side. But he has come out as the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come out to lay claims that the federal government is trying to startle his campaign and is trying to put a lot of impediments to his campaign with the scarcity of fuel and also the exchange of the new naira and the deadline that is so soon, and a lot of other claims that he has made that the federal government is trying to use as a tool to, make put a barrier to the success of his campaign. But what do you think about that? Do you think the resultant effect will cause a brouhaha in the campaign of the All Progressive Congress? Do you think it's going to put, a war of words?
I think so. Before now, I've seen it coming, but nevertheless, we are expecting anything. We're expecting anything
from the from a party that has never been issue-based with campaigns and never been issue-based with even solutions to actual problems that Nigeria houses. I think, not just think, I know that we're going to be expecting more of this from them, because there's always been war of words with them with no actual solutions to problems that have been in the light, and it's not just the presidential candidate speaking. We've seen a lot of his supporters also come out to shade the president for not giving him an endorsement. But on the flip side, we've had a lot of well-meaning Nigerians thank the president for not being biased, for giving a straight and to the best of our knowledge, a fair playground for all the candidates in this year's election to campaign duly and gain organic support from Nigerians. And we hope that this will last till the final day of the election and even beyond, allowing Nigerians to speak with one voice and let their votes be counted and deliver this nation properly from the shackles of poverty, of illiteracy.
From the hands of vipers.
From the hands of vipers.
Exactly.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you so much to our dear viewers. It's been an amazing ride with you, Joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really want us to continue this, because there's been lots and lots of updates, even seeing that some of the board of trustees of the APC are beginning to also put out word and campaign for our presidential candidate. But you're going to get lots and lots more updates towards the evening on our program Aside Hot. Keep the dial right here on ObiDatti Family Television. We're going to be giving you lots and lots of updates. From myself and Joy, thank you so much. And we also want to speak to the obedient supporters, to the OB supporters who are in the grassroots, who are working tirelessly to make sure that the ambition of our presidential candidate is a success. We want to speak with you. We want to know you. Our candidate, our principal, wants to also know you. So reach out to us. Reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. We also have a WhatsApp number that shows on the screen from time to time. You could send us a message, and definitely we're going to get you on the show, speak with you, tell us what you're doing in that area and how it is, tell us the challenges you're facing, and what you hope that will be achieved by the 25th of February. Victory is definitely the answer. So Aluta Continua, victory is certain. Thank you so much. Until we meet again, same time, same station. We love you. That's myself and Joy.
Yeah, we love you.
But God loves you more.